Hello! If you're like many, you are aware of areas that God is pulling and pushing and prodding and pruning in your life. Good news, you are not alone. Whether you are now at a point of committing your life to Christ or have been following Him for years, we have an invitation. As a family, we want to help each other get to know who God is and to do His will. We also want to seek to go with Him in His name to love and serve Him, as well as grow as a family and mature as His children. Sure, family can be difficult and may even be sources of struggle and stress, yet family is essential as we seek God and follow Him in our lives. As His body, the family of God, we must be moving with the Spirit and growing in our faith, or we will find ourselves fading and frustrated in this life. We want to invite you to consider some organized ways of knowing, growing, and going as God's family. First, some tools have been identified that may help shed some light on how God has made us unique and yet in His image to be His body. Knowing how God has wired us can be an amazing insight as we work together to join Him in His will. As a family, we would like to help one another know how we are wired so that we may have a better understanding of how we relate to God, to others, and to the world around us. The invitation of going to love and serve the Lord is a standing invitation and certainly needs to be something we each do. Yet we are identified as Christ's disciples by our love. As we go together into the world to join with God in His ministry of reconciliation, we are not only bringing a blessing to others, we are bearing witness to His love. We want to help our family go well into the places that we go as we go with God. This brings us to our next invitation. We're going to host a book study through With. It is a book that helps us see and understand how we currently relate to God, as well as provide biblical insight to any adjustments that we may need to make. It may sound a bit crazy, but as firm as a grasp as we may have on our relationship with God, it is possible that our understanding is skewed and or incomplete. Times and groups to join are being made available as you sense the need and desire to participate in the first book study we are going to do. Finally, growing physically is hard to miss. However, it can be all too easy to let the worries of this life choke out the life out of our faith instead of growing in faith through them. We want to propose some passages of Scripture to serve as anchors in our lives to help us grow in our faith as well as support us in whatever struggles we are facing. While we believe all Scripture is God-breathed, we have identified several core passages we want to press on as a family to embed in our hearts and in our minds. You will be seeing and hearing more about these passages in the weeks to come. If any or all of this sounds of interest to you, please indicate this interest on any of the Identity Work sign-up pages found on our Facebook page, our website, and a hard copy hanging on the back wall of our meeting room. Be blessed.